Welcome guys, welcome. We're going to be playing some Cataclismo today, which is a game that's just come out into its actual launch phase. It's the launch 1.0 has come out a few days ago. So I thought I'd actually sort of show it. I was recording it before I started to lose my voice, and like as you know, I was doing a video. I'd got halfway through it, and I just had one last little bit to record, but I never got to it. So I thought I'd actually just do a bit of a live stream showing the game. It's an incredible game, this one. Yeah, just absolutely amazing. It's a real. I was allowed to show it. I think this is one of the ones I was allowed to show, but it wasn't then allowed to say what I thought of it at the time. But I love this game. It's really is. I think it's the best of the sort of castle builders that I've ever come across. So I thought we'd just sort of play it. Probably play one of the random games. So. Hi Leia, how you going? Yeah, so what is it? It is essentially it says design and build fortresses brick by brick to stand against endless hordes of horrors in this real-time strategy game with resource management, siege defense, and exploration. It's got a lot of good stuff in it, and it's sort of like I don't normally like these sort of games personally, but this one really is something special. So anyway, very positive. It's rating 88% in recent times and 91% overall. Since its early access launch, which is awesome. I'm pretty sure everything is running correctly. Yeah, it looks like we've got green lights everywhere, so that is all good. This is, of course, a Hooded Horse game. God, they've got some good games in their stable of games. It's just amazing what they've got. Anyway, at the moment, it is 35% off, so I thought I'd just mention that now. It's a special offer that ends in about a week and a half. So you've got a bit of time to grab at Cataclismo. I do highly recommend it. It's a game that I've had a lot of fun with. It's a game that I've had fun with just playing without actually recording or doing much with it in terms of YouTube or anything like that. But it is an amazing game. So anyway, that's where we are with that one. Let's go and play it. I'll show you the scope of what it does have and go from there. Actually, I think the version I've got is a pre-release version, so I might just go back to the release version, which should be exactly the same. But yeah, it's going to be essentially like if there's been any bug fixes over the last day or so, I won't have those in there. So I will just go back and start again. Sorry about my voice, guys. It's still croaky, but on the mend. I think it's going to be croaky for the next week, I would imagine. If the previous time's anything to go by, I'll just get rid of all that stuff and have to just quit. Yep, so the wait is over. There we are. So let's play. We'll just exit, and I'll just double check to make sure that I'm not using the preview version. So I'll make sure that I've got the correct one here. Yeah, no, I do. I'm running the preview version. Let me go into properties, betas, and just go to none. And just quickly download it in. Shouldn't be too different, but it will be slightly different. Hi, Dean Ross, saying Hooded Horse makes some great games. They really do. They've just really hit the strategy game market so hard with what they bring. Like they've got an amazing stable. It's a real golden age for strategy gamers at the moment. Like you've got some really good publishing companies that have really come good. I'm thinking of you've got Slytherin, you've got Paradox. You've got Stardock, you've got Microprose, Hooded Horse. Then these have got multiple games that are extremely good. And I know I've missed others as well. Like, there's self-publishers as well. There's just so much around. It's just awesome. Now it's still just loading in. Sorry, it is just patching it up. We will wait. Yeah, day has finally arrived. And as I say, really cool game. Thanks for the subscription there, Winder Flautus. Very much appreciated. So, So thanks for the entertainment. You're more than welcome. It's actually my birthday today. I actually woke up and forgot that it was my birthday. So anyway, it's sort of funny as you get older. The birthdays don't seem to mean a real lot anymore. Okay, about the 1.0 update. While it's updating, we might as well look at this one. Okay, so it's teeming with new content and gameplay improvements. The campaign mode's final act, featuring 6 new scenarios. So that's actually a long story, which I'll show you briefly. Survival mode overhaul, replacing endless mode with rogue-like system. Choose boost cards after each wave. So I'll show you that. That's what we'll play today. That's the main one. The depths, a murky biome now available in campaign, survival, skirmish, and level editor. Darkness mechanic, requiring players to strategically illuminate areas to effectively combat horrors hiding in shadows. I think we'll see that. I think we'll see that as well. Opaline horrors, so pearlescent enemies with vicious and threatening due to their isolation from light. Iris Renegade, a complete hero makeover, including new skills for casting ecos, and 2 new handcrafted skirmish maps. So skirmish is... I'll show you all the different things anyway, because there's a lot in this game. Significant quality of life improvements, such as improved blueprint usability and accessibility settings. I'll show you the blueprints. They're incredibly useful. Comprehensive bug fixes, addressing stability issues, visual bugs, pathfinding corrections, and resolving UI inconsistencies. There we are, and a lot more. There is a lot more in this one. I've been playing it a lot in the lead up to recording it, and really, really enjoying it. Like it ended up just becoming my go-to game. Flat out saying 20-something, a little bit more than 20-something, a lot more. Thanks for the birthday wishes there, guys. And hi, Jason, how are you going? All right, let's go. So that's now going to be all fine. We'll just get rid of that. Cataclismo, in we go. Now the game does a good job with the campaign of just stepping you through different things as well. So I'll show you everything because we've got a few hours, and then we'll play one of the endless maps. Thanks for the subscription there, Tiny Mutant Squid. Very, very much appreciated. I think it's loading. It's now got to rethink everything because of the... here we go. Get the epilepsy warning. I'll just go grab a drink of water while we wait. All right, so there's an awful lot in this game. Like a lot of different ways of playing it. The campaign mode is very, very cool. It's scripted in the sense of what you've got to do, but your way of doing it is entirely up to you. I've got different missions in through here. What I might just do is I'll see if I can just load this one in and just see where I'm up to with it. I forget where I'm up to with the campaign. I got rid of everything and then just restarted. This is actually, if you do have the game and you haven't played it for a little while, then you will, I think it resets it for you because it's so different now with this launch version that essentially the early access games have been replaced now with a start again. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I may be wrong about that, but either I just did it myself or I can't remember. The way it works is the campaign mode works where your character is someone called Lady Iris, and Lady Iris is somebody who is sort of like a magical. She was a child that was left on a monastery or something like that steps with an orb sort of sunk into her shoulder, and that orb is magical, they use this to try to do different things, and that also gives her some abilities as well. Sounds weird, but it works. You got a map of where you can go, and so this is very much just a progression where you just go through. So this is the tutorial mission, Herald's Message. It just goes through the story of what she is doing, and we're up to now a thing called A Fearful Frontier. So if I go and play that, that's going to be essentially it's going to be a story mission, and with using Lady Iris. Even if we don't play these missions, she will still be part of your fortress. So the fortress, she is the like the Castellan, I guess, of the fortress. Whenever you build them up. If I just press escape for a second, we have this quill doesn't do anything. The bird just screeches. So it's just, and she has like a, the bird I think is like a messenger or something like that. So not really all that important. Nothing there. But this one here is how she then upgrade her through the course of the game. And so you've got complete choice as to how the upgrade system works within the actual campaign itself. I don't know if I'll bother showing any of the actual campaign. There's nothing else there. Maybe I'll just show you part of the story and then just quit back out again. If I just go into Fearful Frontier. So it just tells me sort of what's going on through here. Main mission, city building, Highlands. Find a strong place to route this expedition. Overseer sees horror land if you must. And so the Rectora Alina is sort of like the person in charge of the rectory that you're sort of are coming from. Main objectives: hunt down a brood nest, defend the citadel at all cost, and the optional objectives are destroy brood nests and seek greater prosperity for your settlement. And so you've got different difficulty settings here as well, with the number of horrors that will come at you during night time. If I just start this one as an example. And I'll just show you, mainly just for the dialogue, just so you get a bit of a feel for what the dialogue is like. Also, when you're playing the campaign, you have more limited building options, and which can be good because at least you're not overwhelmed. So this is the Highlands, backwoods and barrows. So these are completely curated, like as in they're designed.
The region is lousy with them.
Brood nests. This is not ideal.
Don't know if it's loud
The
enough for you
expedition
guys.
needs this land as a springboard to move on. But the pupae in these brood nests will emerge as adult horrors, and soon.
That's interesting. And somewhat repulsive.
Every beast must breed, Herald. It is only our bad luck that horrors do it so quickly. This nest. Let us take it down while we can.
All right, so we're still learning. So this is a brood nest in through here, which is where the horrors can spawn from during the daytime, and if you sort of interrupt them.
We're under attack.
They will try to then attack the walls. The others will then just fight them. And in this case, it's just sort of showing us a little bit about the brood nest. This is just an example of what we have to then try to do to destroy this particular one. And so Lady Iris is this one here. So this is Lady Iris. She has different other soldiers that are working in around her.
These little nurseries aren't
And I
so
can
tough.
move these into different locations.
You won't be boasting when a swarm approaches.
So they've just wiped out
and
the
a
one.
nest
And
of
this,
passes
the
will
whole
burst open and...
And
I'll
add
just
their
let them
numbers
talk.
to the swarm. Guys, we need to work fast.
Right, so at that time I can just pause, and you'll notice that there's a day-night cycle. During the daytime you can go and build, prepare things, get things done. This is your main citadel. You have to keep this one active. There's different resources which we'll talk about when we play our game, but essentially you've got like this central orb. This is what you're trying to protect. So you build castles to then defend attacks. Attacks will come from wherever these are. So there's going to be something coming out of the murk in through here to attack us. And so we have to mainly build up this area through this other side. We have 4 different resources, which is nice and simple. We've got oxygen. So we need to actually, the oxygen's important, and we use up oxygen whenever we bring soldiers in or when we build certain things. There's going to be an oxygen cost, so we have to keep on making new oxygen. We've got wood, which is where we need to sort of then, of course, build things out of wood. We've got stone to build things out of stone, and then we've got minerals to build special things. So sometimes units will cost minerals as well. The taller you go, and we'll see this when we get into the game, I'll maybe just sort of show you the principles of trying to build things up. So I won't play this one, I'll play the other one, but this is, but the story is good because it does introduce, with each one of these, it introduces an idea or a concept that you then are going to have to overcome, which is actually really, really nice. It's almost like a bit of a tutorial and a bit of an explanation, but in story form. So I do highly recommend playing at least the early part of the campaign, and it's very, very well done. Like it's extremely well done the way it sort of does work. Anyway, let's get out of that. Let's not worry about it. So we'll exit to the main menu. So that's the campaign mode, and as I say, quite engaging. I'll just turn the sound down a little bit now. Survival mode is what we're going to be playing, and this was if you've got the early access version, survival mode was the essentially endless mode, but this is now much more nuanced, and this is actually really what I'm most excited about, to be honest. So we'll come back and do that one afterwards. Skirmish mode is essentially pre-made maps. So you've got like a whole lot of pre-made maps that you then go and play. And so you've got different difficulty settings which will then impact, what horrors come at you. And so these are just different areas, different biomes. So there's a range of them that have been added into here as well with new biomes. So the deathly rivers of the depths leave defenders vulnerable on all sides. Truly, this is hell itself, and so you can sort of play these sort of games and play in different biomes, etc., etc. So I won't bother bringing those through. There is also a community levels, and there's a lot of stuff in here as well. And so if you go and explore the Steam Workshop, there's nearly 440 entries in through here where people have actually built maps and done different things like this. But there's also asset type. You've got custom levels and blueprints. So people have actually made blueprints as well to sort of place them in here. If we go to the blueprints, we can then sort of see how different builds that people have actually done in the blueprint system, just to be very, very helpful, which is great actually. So there's a lot of those as well. So there's already a lot of content in here in Steam. So anyway, that's the different ways you can play. It's really got endless replayability, and in really quite a nice nice system. So Bennis Pettigrew is saying, how hard is the building system? It's really easy to build. I'll show you exactly that, because that's what we're going to be doing now actually from this point forward. We're going to be playing survival mode, and I'll go through tips on how you can build a bit more effectively and what to look for. So let's just go through and start survival mode. Now with survival mode, this is the one I was recording to show for a YouTube video, but then my throat sort of went funny, so I never got to finish it. So let's just start a new game. Oh, hang on. These essentially are biomes that you can then go into, and if you just go back in and do exactly what I just did there, start a new game, you will then just pick up an algorithm, and it will then randomly generate around that algorithm for you. But you can go and really make a custom game yourself. So if I go to custom game, from here I have a whole lot of other different things that I can do. I'll just call this one Daz 02 or something like that, or Daz Live. There we are. Now we've got, this is really quite interesting, because you've got different ways of actually playing. Now some of this won't really make a lot of sense until you start to see the game itself. But you've got things like, for example, use an archetype, which is what you're going to be using here. Using a seed, where we use a random number, a seed down the bottom there, or use the game map. So you can actually load in a game map and then play that in through here as well. So you've got different ways of doing that. Then you've got the different, essentially the parameters of how the game will then sort of generate the random map. So generic 1, 2, and 3, mist pools, desert, obstacles, maze, continents. And so if I go, and I'll show you just very basically what some of these are. If I go to, say, continents, and I'll just leave the resources set to 4, I might make it 5, and I'll just leave the, so the resources are wood, stone and mineral, and loot. So that I'll just leave all of them on 5. You can tweak these individually if you click on detailed resources. So you can sort of then do them individually, or you can just do them globally with one click. You've then got things, for example, like the mist, the amount of mist on the maps, debris, so amount of debris, non-traversable areas on the map, and pits, which are the amount of pitfalls on the map. So there's a few things in through there, plus brood nests and wandering horrors. So these are you see, it's really set up exactly what you want. If I then go with the continents selected through there, I also have a biome. I think Highlands is the easiest one to understand the look of, and so I'll keep the biome on Highlands, I think. I'll just generate a preview. And so it builds largish areas with the continents, and then it connects them up. So there's like little areas that connect them in through this way. This is the mist that you can't travel, but there are connections across to each one of them, with our citadel in the middle of the actual map itself. So this is just randomly generated. Different resources being generated in through here. These are brood nests, which is what we saw in that little preview. These are spawns, the main spawns back up this way, so on all 4 sides. The little red dots, like in there and across here, these are horrors that are just sitting on the map, waiting to be triggered, essentially. So that's what we end up having with these random maps. If I go and do something, for example, like just generic, and do a generate preview, we get a very, very different looking map. A lot less mist. So that's sort of where we end up with these. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go to Displaced Citadel. This will then put us in one of the corners. It does make it easier. So we'll go and just play this way. That way I can sort of explain a little bit more about the building, and we can only really have to build it from, and it's also a protected citadel. If on the citadel has 2 of its sides protected from enemy attacks, and so that way we're just protecting one side. It's sort of more fun not to play with this, but I don't know whether to do that or not. Display citadel. If I go and generate a preview again, you see that we're starting off in the corner. I don't know if we go and do the protected one and generate a preview. It's pretty much the same deal anyway, to be honest. And you can just randomize it and then just check to sort of see what it's gonna do when it does come in. Let's play this one here. Actually, this one looks interesting. So it's just going through now and just building up the various bits and pieces. The thing you've really got to look at when you do generate one of these previews is to make sure that you've got this is the stone and minerals, and we've got a couple of those close by, and we do actually have also some wood close by as well. The proximity of these resources will really dictate what you can then go and do in the game. Let's do this one here. I do have Protect the Citadel. It won't really matter that much. We've got still got all 4 sides where it's going to be spawning eventually. Brood nests close by. A little collection of horrors fairly close by as well. That'll do us. Let's just start our custom game. Oh, I've got pitfalls actually. That was what was selected. That's okay. I don't know much about the pitfalls actually. That's fairly new to the game. So Gemnisk is saying, so we control a cat army, or are we fighting one? We're fighting one. We're defending the citadel. And so when we come into one of these things, all we have is a citadel at the start. I'd highly recommend that you pause a lot as you build and as you do different things. Mike's saying happy birthday. Mine was on the 22nd. There we are. Okay, so just a day or so back. It's already Monday here for me, so so it's sort of it's very, very early on my birthday morning. It's just loading in the map, trying to figure things out at this stage. It will kick in very, very soon. What I like about this one, it's not really a tower defense in any great sense, because you have to use an army you have to build an army to actually defend the castle. It's a bit like Stronghold in that sense, like the old Stronghold. It's the best of what Stronghold had, but without the crap. It's just very, very well done. Hi Guy Bellaby, how you going? So nice to catch your life. Yeah, thank you. It's 1.0 now. Yes, it is. It's taking a long time. It should be kicking in. It is taking a long time. So I can still hear music, so I'm assuming it's still actually all working. Just let it continue. Yeah, so 1.0 is now this is now the launch version. Came out a couple of days ago. It's on special for 35% off until the 4th of April. That's the 4th of April for me, I think. So that'll be the 3rd of April for most of you guys, I guess. So you've got a week and a bit. I think they had a 2-week special from time of launch. And this is really taking a long time to load, and I hope it's all okay. Yep, Sabina Spirit is saying, do you have to expand and protect more sides in order to gain more resources? The resources aren't, they're infinite, but it's the mining rate is the actual key. So, and I'll show you that when we get into it. You're actually trying to maintain and control a mining rate, and the more mines you get, and the more resource collection you get, the better your rate will then be. The more you can then build, the more you can protect and do different things like that. So you've got it's a bit of a juggling act between the different resources, trying to sort of maintain those. This is really taking a long time. I'm not sure what's going on here. Might restart. Come on, game. I don't remember it ever taking this long. Still doing stuff. Yeah, I might just end the task and we'll start again. I don't know what's happened there. My apologies on behalf of the game, because that's the first time I've ever had one of those doing that, and I'm not sure why. Maybe we'll start in the middle. I mean, that's the default way of playing the game. So we'll just go into survival mode. It does have it there. I'll just quit that one. Start a custom game. I think I'll play... we've got maze, continents, swamp, islands, pitfalls, pitfall obstacles. I'm not sure what obstacles is. Let's just have a look at this one and see what it looks like. Get the resources up slightly. Yeah, mist debris, and so these have now gone up a little bit. Yeah, let's just see that one. Generate the you have to generate the preview before you can start. Day's life. It's probably got too many pitfalls, really, hasn't it? So there's not a real lot of stone. Stone is very, very important. Yeah, I think pitfalls is too much. What about obstacles? What does that one do? So debris is where you can't move through. This becomes a bit of a choke point. That's displaced there. I'll just go and leave that one off. We'll get rid of obstacles. But desert maze. I'll just go back to generic, I think. I'll just go generic, and we will just play Highlands. Highlands looks the easiest to understand, so I think I'll just go and play that way. All right, let's go and regenerate the map. It is setting it off that way. It's gone to islands again. Oh, hang on. It's randomizing everything. It's randomizing everything. All right, so I'm going to, I'll reset this one back up. And I thought it was only randomizing the seed, but it's randomizing the whole lot. We'll go to generic. We'll go to Highlands. We'll go 5 there. Mist, debris, and pits. I'll go the debris up a little bit. Brood nests, wandering horrors, etc. Just keep them fairly low. We'll go that way. Alright, so we just go this way. And yeah, regenerate the map using the current values. Now we only have minimal resources in the middle there, which is not good enough. So we'll go and do another one. Even worse. That's good. That's good. Lots of brood nests in around us. So we do have a lot of minerals right here. There's other minerals further afield to the south, so that's actually okay. Yeah, let's go and start here. There's some nice little choke points. This in here. We will have choke points, not so many the choke points from the other direction. Let's go and play this one. So we'll start the custom game. We don't have a real lot of space as well to build in this particular one. So Guy is saying, is this video sponsored? No, it's not. This is just purely because I really, really enjoy this game. This is, it's sort of become, like I've played certain games that just become games that I just enjoy playing, even for a short period of time. And this is one of them, because you can just play like a wave and then just see how things go. Right. Now, this is new in the game, where you've got Hogar sent reinforcements. So you've got different things that can then sort of come through. Now, Iris has +5 range, so we, in between each wave or each day-night cycle, we then get these cards that come up, which give us different sorts of things. So we end up with, if we use Iris and Hogar, Iris has +5 range, but it costs me 50 oxygen per minute. So it's going to mean that my oxygen is a bit lower. Healthy breakfast, +50 hit points to all units, is going to cost me 150 oxygen. Or I can just go with building, which is common. These are all common. 4 times the building, the hardware supplies. So I end up with sort of more resources at the start. I think I'm going to go with Iris. So we'll go this way here. Hogar is the capital, like the rectory that we actually are playing from, and so Iris is is coming from that particular location. She's wearing like a mask. It's not actually a beak. I'm not sure why she's wearing the mask. Anyway, that's no, I'm not sure. They sort of like in the comics for it. It comes across that way. Just go and select. Now we need to pause straight away, and then we need to evaluate and plan and figure out the best way forward. Now, if I just right click and sort of scroll around, that's where the first wave is going to come from. So we're going to have a wave coming through this other side. If we have a look around, just see if there's anything else. So we're not sort of seeing anything else at this sort of stage. This is actually the map that we have to deal with back and through there. So this is our citadel. We have to protect it. It doesn't really do much itself. If I click on it, it does actually have, it gives me a little bit. It generates some oxygen, 180 per minute. So this is survival boost. I don't know what that is. Upgrades. Yeah, there's no upgrades that we actually have that one just yet. In the front we have Lady Iris, who is here, who has got like the orb, and she's got one archer to start with. That's all we actually have at the start. I'll go through how they actually operate. What we need to do though is we're going to have to protect against this first wave. So to do that, we've got a little bit of oxygen coming in. We've got 772 out of 1,200. That's the maximum, and it's going up at 130 per minute. So we've actually lost a little bit. You'll see there, it's got the income is 180 coming from the Citadel, and then we've got the outgoing is 50 per minute from the card maintenance, because we actually selected that one where she ended up with a little bit more range. We've got a few little things in through here as well. I don't know what that is. Oh, this is an oxygen salvage. If we go and grab this, we're going to pick up oxygen, like a boost to our oxygen. There'll be salvages all over the place. Like there's another oxygen salvage there. And another one there. I'm looking for wood and metal. Wood and stone, probably more than anything else. We don't have a real lot of space to build things. We've got a little bit in here that we're going to be able to. There's a horror, so we've got a horror down in this way, and so there will be others that are hidden away that we're not really sort of seeing through there. They will trigger a little bit. I think this is. I don't think this is buildable back where we are there. Anyway, resources. We have stone and minerals in through this other side, or what's it? Yeah, minerals, and we have wood in these little locations. Now, we're going to need to sort of find a good location to basically mine the different areas. And so if we start there, I think that might be, I'm thinking that possibly will be the easiest way to understand how the game is then sort of played. So to get stone, I've got different building blocks. I'll do the blueprints when we get started, but the blueprints essentially are an easier way to build different things. If I just go and click on them now, I don't think I've got anything that's, really. Actually, this is one that I've made myself. I'll just go and get rid of the ones that I've got, and we'll just come back in. I'm pretty sure that the others are actually all okay. Yeah, no, that's okay. The others come with the game, so I'll leave the other blueprints where they are. So what we end up having is we've got very, very basic building blocks, like wooden building blocks back and through here, and we can unlock more as we play. So we have like the basics as what we start with. Staircases, stone pieces, again, doors or doorways. We don't actually have doors as such initially. Roofs for what we build, lanterns, rope bridges, resource gathering, which is what we're going to be looking at now, and then the city growth as well. We do this by putting out beacons. We also have shacks. We're going to need to get our people up. This is another resource. You can see there that we've got our military is 1 out of 10 at the moment, and the people that we bring in have to feed our military, but also feed the resource collection. So at the moment, we've got 1 recruited out of a maximum of 10. We can build up the Citadel to get more than the 10 that is required. It's got a nice progression system in the game itself. Oxygen mask, probably. That's probably it, actually. That is probably it. Then we've got the actual number of citizens that we have that are basically just the workers. And so they're going to be like, they're like the peasants from Stronghold. They're just going to be sort of moving into different resource modes. If we go and have another look at the resources, we want to be going and collecting from here. So if we go across, we've got sawmill, which collects wood. And you'll see through there, it costs like time to build, oxygen cost as well, 75. Sorry, the maintenance is 30 per minute, but at 75, it's going to cost me 75 oxygen just to build it. Quite often the oxygen requirement, while you're waiting for more oxygen to come in, will actually be what slows you down as well. So finding this little bit of oxygen out here is going to be fairly useful with what we actually end up having. That's interesting. We have areas that we can't build into in there. Just looking at what's there. Dangerous area, so we can't build into there, and dangerous area down this way as well. that we can't build into. There may be brood nests there. So we'll probably have to sort of clear them out fairly early on. Okay, now the next thing, when we do, let's just start with the quarry, because we do actually have a lot of resources here. So when I have the quarry like this, you can see I can't build on slopes. It has to be on a flat area. It then shows me what sort of resource I'm going to be getting back. And so in this case, it's a low yield location at that location. If I just press the E or Q keys, I can then start to sort of drag it around into different areas. That's a 7.2. There's nothing much else in through there. What I can do is maybe sort of give it like I can't build in the resource, but you can see if I could build in the resource, this is plentiful, 15 and 5, if I could get into the middle of it. I don't have a real lot that I can do here without building a bit of a base for it. So I might as well do that and just get it so that I've got, and you'll notice that it's got like an area. You can't have you can't have an overlap. I can't build one and then have another one that overlaps the other one. So they have to be separated a little bit, which means that this sort of area is actually not terrible, except that it would be better off the further back I go. That's medium there. Medium is about as good as I'm going to get. Oh, there's a 10 there. So I can get 10 and 3 at that location. On the other side, what can I get? A 12 and 5. That's actually not too bad. So, so I can, and they don't overlap. So where was the 12? There's a 9 there, which I may be missing it. I'm not 100% sure. It's an 8.4. Not sure if that one sort of kicks in there or not. It's an awkward shape here. That 10 is the best one that we've got though so far. The 10.3. So let's go and build there. You can see there that we can't because of what's underneath it. So I'm thinking that we can just build a tower, like an area underneath it. I'll just see if I can do that. So I'll just go back to these basic wooden blocks initially. And so I'll just come back in this way. I'm thinking, actually it may not quite work. Oh yeah, no it will. Okay, there we are. So I'm using up wood just to build a little bit of a base, and then I'm hoping that this will then work. I haven't had to do this before with the minerals. Damn it, it won't. It won't actually build on top of it. That's unusual. Need more support. Oh, hang on. See the doorway? If I right click, it will then start to rotate. Now, is that going to work better? No, it still doesn't work. Needs more support. So let me go Control Z. Sorry, this is normally there's open space and it's easy enough to do what you need to do. Now it won't. Control Z. Recycle mode. And I get the wood back when I do this. I'll try it with stone. I'm sort of experimenting here. I'm not really sure if this is going to do it for me or not. I'll just see if that works initially. That works. Okay, stone works in this case. So in that case, I will actually go and put in more stone, just so I can get the 10. So it's given me a little bit of a base for these other things. Let's go back to the resources. Yep, so I can now get the 10.3, and if I then just right click, I can then rotate this one around. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get it so that the resource collection will then track back to the citadel, and so that's going to be fine there. So we'll build that one there. That's used up a little bit of our oxygen to go and do this. But it's progressing. If your walls get destroyed, is there an auto rebuild option? No. If your walls get destroyed, you have to then go and rebuild them. But the idea is to not have your walls destroyed if you can help it. All right. So we've got one of them there. We wanted to get a second one on the other side. Now I'll just pause again. They will start to build this one. That's one resource. The other resource we're going to be needing is wood. So we've got a couple of different locations for wood, over here and over here. So we'll just go back to our resource collection, and we'll go to the sawmill. And with the sawmill, you can see there it's plentiful at 14 there. And you can see the area that it's actually taking up. So it's actually going to be taking up a lot of, like I'm not really going to be able to have two sawmills in this one area. It's going to have to sort of go other ways. So plentiful is fine. I'll just go and get the 14 there from there. I'll have a quick look around and see if I go into here. It's only low. There's not enough wood there to really sort of warrant getting more of that. This is the area. I can't build any further than this one, but eventually I'm going to be able to get this as well. So that's not too bad to ultimately get that from the outside. So let's go and get the 14, and we'll just right click and get the doorway nice and close. All right, so that's going to be our resource collection. I will go now and just pick up, I'll just grab Iris.
Post me high.
That's the bowman.
Open your eyes.
So I'll get her and just get her to walk across to here and collect that one up. Let's just unpause. Now she may come across, it looks to be a brood nest actually. I might not do that. Yeah, I might just wait actually until we've actually got things built up. So we'll just go and stand in front here for now. General saying, did you ever play Diplomacy is not an option? I don't recall ever seeing you play that game. Yes, I did. Yeah, I did enjoy that one a lot actually. That was, I like this better. This game, very, very similar games, but I do like this one better. So we're going to have to protect initially from this side. So let's go and get this one established. And I'm thinking that we just literally build across the front here, where this brood nest actually is. I'm pretty sure that's a brood nest there. And so we'll end up building our castle here. We can, like before when we were talking about, you know, whether you have to rebuild and all that sort of stuff, it doesn't remember where you place the blocks, but you can record where you've got the blocks, and we'll do that now. So we're going to go and I'll go through now the principles of building in the game. Nothing can get through the forest. Like when you sort of, this is like a block. I think that I'm not sure if things can get through the stone, but the forest, that's not an opening. Even though it looks like you can see through it, it's not actually something where anything can get through. So really the choke points are important. They can go up slopes, so the slopes can be accessible, but not the trees. Okay, well, let's just get started with what we're going to be building. While it's paused, we'll just go into stone. You want to be building your walls out of stone, and I will actually build a doorway. I can always come back and replace it afterwards, like an arch doorway, which will then allow me to have access. So maybe let's just go and do this one where we end up with different things actually happening. So let's just say we're going to be building a doorway through here, and we'll maybe just sort of have it come off this particular line. Now it is a point of weakness because we don't actually have doors yet. We will get doors soon. So like there is actually maybe I'll even do that now. So I will just Control Z that one. And this is one thing I didn't show. This here is your unlocks, and we do actually have 3 points at the start which we can spend. So we've got a wood pack number 1, which is like basic wood packs. Wood pack number 2, we need to buy wood pack number 1 before we can get that one. So to get these different towers, these wooden towers, we have to just spend one of the 3 points that we actually have. Stone pack 1 will also give me a nice big open area. This is one that I do want. I want this one pretty much straight away. Stone pack number 2 will give me the doors. That's 3 points. So I can actually then get an actual door in this case. So that might be with the first 2 that we end up getting. Merlins, actually, this is more important than the other ones, to be honest. So I think I'm going to go this way, the Merlin pack. These add defense to your castles. Does it have a campaign? Yes, it does. If you rewind and look at the start of the recording, I did show what the campaign does. The campaign is fairly extended. So you by all means have a look at that one through there. You got windows as well, where you can sort of fire from windows. Banners. This actually increases your power. Hardware supplies. So increases the amount of resources that workers in nearby sawmills and quarries can collect. So it ends up making them mine these faster. The mist condenser. We don't have enough points for those. There's a lot of stuff you can unlock in here, as you can see. There's a hell of a lot of unlocks. A lot more now with the release version. But initially we're going to start off with the Merlins. Definitely want to have those. These improve the firepower of the units that are standing on the towers. So we'll go with the Merlin pack and buy it. Okay, we now own that one. And Stone Pack 1. I'm going to grab these big areas as well. Alright, so that's now used up all of the points that we actually end up having. It gives me just a little bit more I can then go and play with. And now go to the stone pieces. The trick in this game is not in width but in height. So it's essentially what you're trying to do is get height. And it doesn't, like in most of these sorts of games, you'd be sort of thinking, and I'll just go through a few examples because we've got a bit of time to do this. I'll show you sort of like how things can be weaker or stronger in different capacities. So if I just build a little row of bricks in through here, let's just do a small little row in this other side. If I just press escape and then hover over these or click on these things, you'll see down the bottom there, this is a stone brick. And it's telling me in the middle area there, it's 6 out of 6. That's its strength. So this bottom area, which is going to be attacked, is 6 strong. That is 6 strong. That is 6 strong. If I then go across and go back to stone and just say maybe grab a 1 stone brick and have a look at that one through there, this is 5 strong. So we end up with a little bit of extra strength with the 2. If I go then back again, I'll build a little bit more just so you can sort of see the difference. If I then go and do like a brick type system, what you'll eventually start to see is a difference in the colour. And I'll just do this up a little bit. See how the colour has now changed with the brick? That's a visual clue to tell us that these bricks here are much better protected than these bricks. If I go and click on this one, this is still 5. That one there is still 6. This one here is 60. It's 60 because of the height above it. And you can see there it's only being impacted because this one here is also 60, that's 60, and that's 60. So when it's attacked, it's defending at 60. And so this is really important. It's 10 times the ability of the other. If I then just go in and just go and grab just these little ones again, and build them even higher. See how that little group has now changed even more? So it's gone from 60 to 150 by going that high. So once we get up into this sort of height, we now actually are impacting what's happening on the bottom. You don't need to build in brick form. You can just build single areas. I can also do it this way. Like if I go in, and this is such an important principle. If I go and do this, there we go, and I've now done this exactly the same thing using 3 blocks at a time. And so this is 175, this particular one. If I just go and grab one of these and have a look and see, this one here is worth 7 points with a width of 1. But this is how the game, this is how you get strength. And then I can go and get special things like the advanced pieces, like the Merlins. Actually, where are they? Here they are. If I just go and grab some Merlins and put these on top, see how it's changed again? That then makes the walls even stronger again. And so if I go down to the bottom of this wall here, we're looking at 300. So it's gone from 6 to 300 strength. By doing these little things in through here. This one is 350 as an example because of the heights. So we want to get it to at least this sort of classification with our actual building. So now Kanga is saying bias per map, or is it permanent for the game? That purchase power here is per endless mode that we're playing. Whenever you start a new endless mode, you will then have to start from scratch. If you're playing the campaign, you unlock different things. Let me know, guys, if you want me to flip back out so you can see the campaign again, just to sort of see the differences once we get established. I'll at least do the first wave, then we'll have a look and see if it's worth going back in. I will just go back into the recycle mode and just ditch all these things. But that is the principle of building. So height, you need the height with your castle walls, and like with it paused, you can then just build away, and then eventually you'll then sort of trigger the different waves. So let's go this way. We'll kill this brood nest off as well. Ultimately, don't know if we'll be able to do it from this location. Maybe we go. Actually, no, I'll do it from in here, just across this way, and we'll just start by building a wall here. And so you can sort of see that with the starting blocks down the bottom there. I mean, if we go and build one of these, this should just be a 6. Yes, that's a 6. The single ones are just ones. Let's go and just delete that one. So I am better off building a wall which doesn't make it seem like this is the way that you would do it in reality, with 1 blocks at the base like this. It does cost me stone, so I'm just going to go and build a series of stone blocks this way. We'll just build to that area there, and then we'll build further across over time. So actually I'll just build it into there. Actually, all of these I can build across to. I won't build any more than this, but we are going to ultimately have to build a much bigger castle wall. At this point, I can then just keep on building straight up. So the horrors will destroy sections of your wall, and so it's better to just have a small section that gets destroyed than anything else. Let's just go into this one. And then we'll just go and I mean I can still sort of go and build these other sections. And that's the minimum size. 7 high is the minimum size to get that first lot of strength. So we're up to 175 at this point in time. And then with the merlins on top, we then end up with getting a stronger wall again. So we'll get the merlins. Now the merlins will protect the area directly behind it. So we need to, we'll ultimately need to get another tower, like another platform in behind this. So I'll just go across into here. The corner merlins cost a lot more. That's 15, that's 6, and these are 6. And I can just click and drag and just put those merlins across to get started. All right, so we have the starting point of a wall. It's nice and easy to build. We need to be then standing on the behind of this one to be able to then get the boost for our archers. So we'll sort of now work on the on what goes in behind this one. So what I'm going to be needing is different sort of stone bricks to do this. Now, one thing I could have done is to get rid of the single blocks that we ended up having here. I will, while it's paused, I can go to this sort of recycle mode and kill things off. This will then sort of hover, meaning that it's not the way it should be. If I go to the stone pieces, I also have these pieces, so I can just right-click these out and build these in position, where I've then got a walking area in behind. So let's just go and drag a series of these in, if I wanted to. So that gives me an area for my archers to then stand in behind this particular piece of wall. So I now actually have like a platform. Now I need to get them up there. We've got 200 still stone. We're going to have wood, a nice collection of wood. So I think I'll build the way up out of wood. Now, we know that it's, if we have a look at this one here, I think is that 6 high? If I just go and if I go and click on these different pieces, it usually tells you how high it is. What do we have? We've got 6, it's 7 high. We've got 6, and then we've got the 7. 7 is the height that we have to get to. So we have to build the 7 high. Now, you can just build and see how things go. So it's easy enough to build the walls like this. But to build a tower that then goes up and then allows you then to have access, you may want to build this away from there and then bring it across. And I'll show you how to do that. I think I'll just explain how the blueprint system works. So if we're trying to get to level 7, particularly once you start getting some intricacy, but we'll just do this one fairly basically. In fact, if we wanted to sort of have, for example, like a section cut out in the middle for other units to then operate from, we can do that as well. Like there's also different ways we can perform the changes here. Maybe we'll do that when we get the better stone packs. And often when you start to just build and see how you go, it will be a little bit of a problem. So let's go and build over here, and then we'll move it across. So we'll start with wood, and we'll just start with the wooden pieces, and we're going to be needing to build a spiraling staircase, basically up to this other layer. Or we could build a staircase that sort of goes all the way across at the back. We can do whatever we like. We have to be a little bit careful trying to sort of keep things fairly compact. But let's make it, say, a 3x3 staircase. And there probably are already blueprints that do this. So let's just go and start here. So I'll just go and grab one of those. These don't have any real protection. So don't worry about trying to use these the same way that you do with the with stone. So if I just go to there, go to a 3. And we'll start to sort of just work our way up. I'll just go to the stairs. Eventually I'll be wanting to build these out of stone, I think. But we'll just go and make our first staircase go up. One thing I hope that they do at some point is make it so that the stairs are a bit more smart and know, okay, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. You've got to actually right click them to change the direction. So we'll now turn this one around like this. I mean, it should know the way around, really, in reality. And so we've got the staircase sort of going up to that level. And I could even have it just keep on going up the next level and spiraling on up. Maybe we'll just do it that way. So let's just see how we go here. Yep, so that should be okay. And then we'll just go and grab another one of these. And we'll have that one there as well. This one is going to be another 1. And then this one is going to be another 2. But I'm going to now need to spiral further out. So if we go across and build a 1 and then go out this way. Yeah, also you do have limits. See how it's got 4m? I'm up to 4 meters at that surface. That'll be 5. I've only got 2 more to do. And so this one hopefully will be strong enough to be able to support what we then go and do with the other bits and pieces. So if we just go back into there, if I go and then put another location this way, that's going to be pretty good enough, I would think. That's 5, 6, and then we can just try to get the 7 there. But if you end up with it overhanging too much, it then won't allow it. That should then get us up to the point where we are then going forward. So that is looking the right height. So that will ultimately be the right height. So I'll just go and get the stairs. I happen to luck out here, I think. Just go and get these spiral stairs. The stairs go up. Yep, they go that way. And then that is at that right height. Now I don't even really need to have this platform there, to be honest. What I can do is get rid of that platform. Now if I go and I can press the delete key. I think if I just press the delete key, it will then go into, no, that's not it. I forget how to do it now. Delete, yeah, recycle. So recycle, when I select a piece, I can just press delete and it will then sort of delete it. I've got to press it twice. It's actually easier to use recycle mode back in through here. Now I can't just have it come, they can't walk sideways. They do need to have a platform to get off on. Like so in this case, I'm just going to go and grab a piece of wood, just this little piece here, and that there is a platform that they can then make use of. But of course we're not where we need to be. So I'll just go back out there. So this, what I want to do is I want to move it in. I want to rotate it so that it can then sort of be positioned in around this particular location. I will need to come at it from a different angle. I mean, I could actually have it so it does it that other side. I mean, I could build it better so that we end up having it up against the wall, but we can do that later. Let's not worry about that one so much. The easiest way to use the blueprint mode is to sort of look down on top of it, go into blueprints, create new, and then just click and drag the area that you're going to then sort of have inside that you're going to be then operating. So this is actually the area. That blueprint has been placed there. What I can do is I can go back in. We can, I'm not going to upload this to the Steam Workshop, but you can edit the tags. And so when you edit the tags, this is just going to be like basic stairs. I'll just call it that. And you can then sort of do what you want. Defense, military, economy, or miscellaneous. I'll just keep it miscellaneous. And not save and upload, just save and exit. And so we now actually have, this one is now a blueprint that we can bring in whenever we feel like it. So let's go back to recycle mode and just get rid of all of this because we don't need it, because we're now going to use that blueprint to build it exactly the same way. So if I go back to blueprints, click on this one here, and then I can just right click and move it in so that we end up with this thing coming in exactly where we want to have these things actually coming in. Now you can see there that I can position it into an area like this, which is not legal, and it will still place it, but it won't be able to really operate. So I can build it there, and that will be a legal placement. So it's just very quickly built it. So the blueprint system is a really nice way of building portions of what you need in a meaningful way. And so this will be good. Now this Merlin, I forgot to do that last little bit. So we'll just go back across. And so quite often what you find that you're doing is as you get the resources, you then start to, you start to then reconstruct portions of what you're doing depending on where the threats are going to come from. So let's go and, with this one selected here, I'm going to go and pick up this unit and get it up on the wall. So I'll just go and get it to stand there. And I'll get Iris to go and stand there as well. Now I'll show you one other little thing with the units, because just while we've got hardly any that we're actually dealing with. So if I just go and grab Iris and just tell her to go and stand on the wall as well.
Not going back.
If I decide, oh look, I really want this archer that's supposed to be going here to go and stand somewhere else, I can either click the archer and do it again, or I can click on what his target is and tell him to go there. So I can sort of move them around fairly readily like this, which is actually really quite nice. So if we go and do that, they're going to end up on the wall. So that's the basics of so Enchico is saying, are blueprints accessible across games and sessions? Yes, they are. Yes. So Enchico is saying that the building of the stairs should be a bit streamlined. Yes, I did pass that on, actually, thinking that really should be streamlined. I agree with you 100%. So anyway, they're still building. We haven't unpaused yet. Tenor is saying there should be a construct blueprint mode, which you construct something, then save it, disappears without you having to demolish it afterwards. Yeah, that's true. I think all these little things, this is all, they're good suggestions. You sort of expect them, don't you, nowadays, really, in games. But as I say, the game itself is a great little game. Now, we're going to need to get a military established as well. I think I'll establish the military in here. But you can see we've only got 5 citizens now because they're building away. We also are going to be running out of stone. If we go back into the other buildings that we have, we are going to have to create Now these are going to cost 30 wood to get shacks, and we need to get a fair amount of these of the citizens within their shacks. The best way to build shacks is not to use this, but to use the blueprint system. And there is actually this compact housing. Compact housing is really the way to go. This is 221 wood to go and get this one, which is ideal. So in that we've got enough. We've got 379, and also it takes 2 citizens essentially to man this, because it's not just housing. If I go and click on it, what you'll sort of see there, and I think I can zoom in a little bit here, we're seeing housing, but we're also seeing on the top of the houses, and you'll see it's got like 4 houses at the bottom of the area. So, oops, hang on, where are we? Let's build it on top. We've got 4 houses on the bottom. Then we've got a house in the middle. If you build them a compact way, you then can actually place another house in the middle. And on the top of that roof, we've got some oxygen collection. So this is a really nice little succinct way of putting a block of 5 houses together, plus some very, very basic oxygen collection. So this is I would recommend using this more than building it yourself. So we end up with 5 houses plus oxygen collection. I'll just go and it is often easier to have a look straight down on top where you're going to be building, just to make sure it's going to actually then go and work. So I can place it. I need to have the access points accessible. So that's about the only place there that I could do it. I think that's safe enough. Yep, and that worked. And so that used up, immediately that's now planned for construction. Let's unpause. And allow them to get the resource building under control. Now she is already attacking this brood nest. The brood nest is now going to, and so we've got a brood nest in through this other side. This will now start to spawn out various enemies, but she is now close enough to get this thing started. The archer will come up the walls with her as well. Here they all come. So they're destroying the wood. So we've got problems with this wall here. And then they have to go and finish off this one over here. And so it almost destroyed that piece of stone there. I can basically, so this one essentially, the stone pack. Now, between waves, that will then fix itself up, but we do have a wave coming. So this is actually a bit weaker. This one's at 343 out of 350. So this one's down to 30. I'm just going to go and delete it. Click it twice. Just need to place another piece in there. Here we are, we're back up to 350 again. So that one there is now back up to full strength. One thing we saw from that one was that they did come around the side, so the side is a little bit weaker. That's the direction that the wave will come when the wave does come. So we might want to keep on trying to build and do something a bit stronger around this other side here, just to keep the protection so that they can't come back in and destroy this. So we ended up with most of this thing destroyed. I don't know what will happen. One thing I haven't experimented with is to see what happens with the blueprints. If I go back into this one here and just print it back over the top again, that is exactly it there. No, it's going to put it on top. It's trying to build it. So in that case, I will just go into recycle mode, and I get the wood back. So I've got the wood, and then I just go back into blueprints, This one here only cost me 46 wood. Right click, and I'll just get it back there again. So that way, at least they've got access. So when we start to build other things, that will then come through. And they're now close enough, and they've got a bonus. I should just point out a little bit about the soldiers that we have. Okay, Tuna is saying oxygen collection is oxygen a resource. Yeah, that's oxygen is over here. We're still going up at 160 per minute now because of what this is doing. The resources we're going up at 34 per minute there. The stone is going up at 13 per minute, so not very much. I would like to get another stone resource even back here. We may be able to get a few of them on this location ultimately, but I'm thinking in here would be good. We have 23 citizens now available. The maximum we have is 28, but we are using a fair few of these with doing different sorts of work. If I go to this one, which is now being constructed, I can actually add more workers to it. And so you can see through here that we've got one worker, so citizens working, carrying resources for this building. I can then go and say, okay, assign more workers. Bang, in it goes. We've now got 2. See how it's green? This is now the sweet spot. This is the best way of this one working. And if I then go and click on it and have another look, sorry, if I go and have a look at the resources, it's now coming in at 26 per minute. I can go even more and go, okay, go even higher. Actually, no, that's still green as well. So that's actually working. So that's actually working quite nicely. And we're getting 33 per minute there. So this is now a much better way for me to then operate this one. So I'm using some of the other workers. Same with the wood. Let's just go into the sawmill and just get this one up. See how it's gone red? In this case, the too many workers assigned at this location. This one here was able to take it. So optimal amount of workers assigned. So 2 is the optimal that we have here. So I'll just go back to 2. And we're getting 46 per minute there from that particular sawmill. So that's going to be helpful. That will then get me more resources coming in a lot faster. And by the time the next wave hits, we should have enough to be able to build other things. But we're going to need a lot more protection than what we actually have through here as well. And we may even have, the enemy may even attack this way, which we're going to have to be a little bit careful of in case they come through the back. Although that's pretty well protected there. I don't think they're going to come through this other side. We will have to sort of keep an eye on this, just to sort of protect what we actually have. And so in this case, what I'm just going to do is we now need to get more units. Now you can see through there when I hover over this this archer, it says 7 meters. He's standing 7 meters high, and he's got a range boost. So how's this working? And if I go to her, she's also got a range boost. So they're actually firing at a bigger range, and we can see the range when I hover over them. So the brood area is actually inside their range, and if they were on the ground, it would see less range that they can then sort of go with. All the different units have got different abilities at different heights, and so if we go and click on one of these on this guy here, we'll see. I'll just get it so we can sort of see it fairly clearly. So this is a Hogar Bowman. Pierce damage with light armor. Basic troop deals moderate damage to a single target. This is a reinforcement unit and won't use any oxygen in storage. And so it does use a little bit of oxygen. I thought it used oxygen. Maybe it doesn't use oxygen at all. We can tell it how to operate as well, like what to do. This is it here. This is a high ground unit. 5 meters or more above the target will give it increased critical chance as well. So being 7 meters is what we want for those particular units. Let's go and get ourselves a barracks now. So we'll go and establish one of those. You can see there that the little pathway is now is now operating between these different locations, and there will be then workers working between these different areas coming back in. Okay, so let's go and go to the city buildings. We've done the shack. We need to go and get the barracks, which is for military growth. This one's going to cost me 225 oxygen. You can see when I hover over it that we're almost going to be using up all of these wood that we have, which is fine. The oxygen 225 to go and build this one. there's no stone, but it's going to require 10 more population. So but I do need it. So I'm just going to go and grab this one. See, it's also got a roof, so I can actually stack this one up so that its roof ends up, but it's actually a bit lower than the castle. If I sort of place it there, it's one layer back than where it needs to be. But if I wanted to, I could actually still make use of this as a like up against the wall. I mean, it's almost something that I'm thinking I might actually even go and do, and then use the ladder to go and climb this. So actually, sort of have it sitting up against the wall itself. Which way does the staircase go? I'm not unhappy with something like this where we're actually using that roof. We can use the roof to do different things, and so I can even bring it across so that it's sort of more going to be useful in the middle of the castle as well. So we end up sort of using that flat roof there for something else, maybe even more oxygen. I could place it like even in the middle here is actually not a bad location. Just around in here. So the entrance is there in the front. I'm thinking that's actually not bad at all. That way we're sort of just nestled in as well. Like, the compressing things in is not critical, but it can be helpful if you're then sort of thinking about the different sorts of towers and things that you're going to be building. Let's go and place this one here. And so that's going to now be built as well. You can see that we're down to just 10 citizens. We're going to need to build another one of these little areas fairly soon. I'll just keep on building this one. When we are being attacked, we can't pause and build. There we are. So this becomes usable area for us.
Open your eyes.
Let's go and grab some oxygen. So she's got salvage. So we've got heaps of oxygen now. I won't bother getting that until we need it. So she doesn't have the sort of like the critical damage in through there. I might as well leave her on top because that's where we're going to ultimately sort of need her to be. This thing's almost built. All right, so building is now completed in through here. I'll just pause again. And so from here we end up with two different types of units we can then go and get. The basic archers really are really nice to grab. So these are like the bowmen are basic, but these do require 60 wood, so that's going to be sort of like the limiting factor there. These here also, these are lobbers. These are basic troops, deals low damage to multiple targets in a very small area. But these also prefer to be down low rather than up high. But initially I'm probably going to be wanting them up high, and I'm thinking this corner here was really the weak spot of the actual attack. And so if we have a lobber on the corner and just a few more archers, that's going to probably be enough for us to protect this particular zone. But they like to be under 5 meters. But in this case, they've got no choice. They're going to have to be at 7 meters, and that's just the way it's going to have to be. So let's just wait until we get more of the wood. I could go and build another wood collection back over here if I wanted to. There's another brood nest there. We'll come and deal with that one in a little while. I'll just go and wait for this one to build up. There we are. Let's go and grab a lobber, just so we can sort of see the difference. So she's now got the range boost. This is why you may end up having with tricky little areas in your castle walls just to protect against different zones. Interesting. What's the law behind the oxygen collection? Is a well-contaminated wasteland where you have to filter out toxins. I might show you the start of the game, actually. Let me play this first wave, and then when we got the first wave, I'll do a save, and then we'll come back and sort of I'll go through that in some detail. So we're getting 70 per minute. Actually, we're almost at the limit there with our oxygen. Okay, so we now have a lobber.
Yeah.
And you can sort of see there that the lobber, when I hover over that one, we've got this one through here. This one likes to be down low. 4 meters or less above the target, so it gives it increased splash damage. But we don't have that luxury. So I'm going to send him up to this edge here, which will then mean that he doesn't have the ability to get that extra critical sort of boost with what he does. I'll just unpause. Now you can see through here, we've now got another 2 points we can now go and spend. We actually picked up a couple more if I go and click on these. So we've got 2 points available because we got rid of that brood nest. So getting rid of the brood nest will then allow us to get even more. So I'm thinking, which one should we go with? The banner will also increase the abilities that we end up having. Motivates nearby units, increases battle basic attack damage. These can be quite important, but we really need to have a much bigger wall to make good use of these. So I don't think I'll worry about those just yet. Hardware supplies. Increase the amount of resources that workers in nearby sawmills and quarries can collect by providing them with access to better tools. I might grab that one now. Because the earlier we get that one, the faster they're going to be building. Again, if we have a look at this one, doing 33 per minute. Let's just go back in, get the hardware. I don't know if it'll just be automatic. Still 33. Should have kicked in. We'll wait and see. Still 33 there. 46 there. Now we have another one over here, and you're better off attacking these from your walls. The walls don't have to be built inside the castle area, by the way. Go and get another one of these. I also can tell them, where to sort of go. I'll just get them to stand out in front here. We will have attacks coming from different angles. So we're heading towards the critical zone now. So I'm going to have a small group in through here.
The night is nearly here.
Okay, so now we have, and again, because I can pause it, we don't have to really worry, but it's just giving me a warning to let me know that that the night time is on the way. I'll leave that one there, and then we'll sort of evaluate what to do as things happen. So the night time is on the way. We can still build at this stage. So I think I will actually build a corner piece here, and then sort of have it, we'll then sort of operate along this edge, just in here a little bit as well. So Ubo 94 is saying, don't you have to build it? I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Sorry. So so Guide asked if this is sponsored. No, it's not. I answered that one before. Dean saying, I had this game on Ignore, but now I've gone and bought it. Yeah, so it's a great game. Like it's a very enjoyable game, and it's not overwhelming. But it's very important that you actually, like what we went through before, those little tips about getting that height making it look like this is really, really important to get that, to get these, up to 350 at the height at the bottom there. Makes a massive, massive difference. And then, once they do start to, because they will crack through your walls at different times, you'll find that your units will end up falling onto the ground, and then you've got to scramble, and if you end up with units coming from the other, we'll have these little wandering ones as well, and you have to be careful of those. So if this one here goes wandering, he may come in at a different angle and start to go up against our citadel. So you end up scrambling with your units to protect what you build. So we've got 296 here again. Let's just go and build this wall across the corner here. And so we'll just go back across. And if I go and undo something, I get all the stone back. It's not as if I'm getting diminished returns back from different areas. So let's just go and build the corner. I may, just trying to think about whether I ultimately go even further. I don't think I can. I think I'm going to have to end up with a bit more of a protected area back to this other side. So let's just go back into stone pieces. Yeah, I'll build it from there, and I'll build it across into here somewhere. Just to keep it consistent, I'll just go and get the 2 heights into that side there. Go back to the 3s again. And again, I should have shown this again just for people who have come in a bit late. This is now 70. If I just go and delete this one here. This one here is worth 7 on its own. This one here is worth 70 because it's got a total of 6 in with what it actually has. If I go and get one more, like if I just go and just do a stone piece, I can do, like, I can sort of do it this way. I'll just do it this way for now. When I do that one, you can see there that is now making this end one is now 175. And this one here is still only 60 because of what we ended up having with the I didn't go all the way down to the bottom there, and so these started off with 6. They're now 60. This one's 70, but I don't have the height here, or the 7 height. So ultimately, I'm probably better off to aim for like 8 or whatever the minimum is here, just to get that extra boost. Like that's 175. This would be 160, for example, or 165, somewhere, no, 130. Anyway, it's a lot more if I just have one more. I might as well show it, actually. I'll just show you this one. If I go and throw that one on top there, that then changes to that colour, and this becomes 150. So it goes up dramatically higher, but I won't do it. I'll just leave it where it is, and then we'll come back and fix up the whole lot. I've still got a fair bit of stone here. Let's just go back across. So it all comes down to the height that we end up using. So if we just go back in there. And so we have 2 weaker pieces here because of this. So these are a bit more susceptible. I'm not overly concerned. Even if these get taken out, this will still stand. And I can show you that by going into recycle mode. If I click on that one, that's the only unstable piece. If I do that one, sure, they get a hole in it, but I've still got my top. The top is still working, so I don't have to do that one. Don't know if I can Control Z those. Yeah, I can. All right, so that's sort of why that will then work fairly well. Now the merlins in through here will then make whoever's standing on the corner here stronger. So let's just go across to the tactical pieces. So we have 3 different types of merlins. I have the merlins which will then sort of just sit on the outside edge like this, and in reality that's all we need. But just for cleanliness, this is an outer corner merlin which is just going to fit in there. It only protects. You can see there it's got a. It highlights the area in behind where that lobber is standing. It's already protected. The merlins are already giving it a boost. But anyway, let's just go and do it. It does make the castle wall stronger. So that's now got a stronger wall. This is now 350. This is 150. So we're now up to the 150 there. That's still our weak point at that stage. So Orangutan saying, does the thickness of the wall have any impact, or just the height? The height is by far the most important thing. The thickness is going to be how long it takes them to break through the wall. So if you have double thickness walls, which is fine, they'll have to get through both layers of the wall to get to you. But what I don't want to be doing is just putting a couple of little blocks down in here to try to protect this part of the wall, because that's only going to be worth 6. They're going to break through that in one bite. But that's actually now a fairly strong wall, except that we don't have. It's I did it incorrectly here. So in this case, I've sort of screwed up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change this whole layout. just to make it so that it's a bit more stable. And I should do the same over here actually before things start to come in. I'll pop those in there. Then I'll place the 2 wides like this. And then I'm going to go and place the this one coming out the back. All right, so that now has still got the same strength. And if I do take a piece out, these wider pieces will protect it to a degree. I've got a wide piece up there, which is still fine. So all of the pieces now actually have that little bit of a wider piece. And I'm thinking it's going to be better for me to do the same thing in here. So I'm going to go and do that. The corner piece won't matter, but these are the ones where we do actually have those other pieces coming back through, would benefit. Oops, hang on, that's not what I wanted. So they're all unstable, of course. Too high. Now again, if I had have made them 3 high at that stage, and then that would then make this stronger. if I kept them 3 and just made it go one height higher than what this currently is, would actually be better. Just build from the corners here. Oh, yep, that's going to work. The reason I've done that is if they do take out one of these bottom pieces, the top area will still remain intact. That will still sort of work. All right, so let's go and get this one up on the wall. Oh, it's already up there, going up there. Let's grab a quick drink of water. And so that's the weakness we have in the wall right now. Yep, let's go and do it. Units need valid space, that's all right. So it's nearly night time. If I can get another archer, I'll grab it. And this one here.
Go low and throw.
Just making sure that he's on the corner there. So we need more wood. It's getting close now to night time. Here we are, we'll grab another archer. Oh, other things I should be talking about. So I've gone through all the resources. Yeah, this is mist fuel. This helps us, I think, open up the mist areas on the map, which is where the monsters come from. We're not seeing any on the map at this stage. What else have we got? We've got the map view, so we can then sort of have a look to see what's where. These are brood nests. These are, I think, the areas we can sort of go and get other boosts or bonuses. So we've still got oxygen there. We've got oxygen there, but we've got other ones as well. I think this is a major brood nest. These are spawn points. So we're sort of just seeing the overview of the map itself. And then you can just use this one to sort of click back into a location on your map. You then actually have the various, this one here is the various modes. You've got a reset the camera, which will then sort of just reset it to whatever height it is. The grid filter, just so you can see the grids, to sort of see what's going on with the different resources. It sort of just puts everything down. That may be an easier way to start to build things, like just so that you can sort of see things a bit more clearly, if you're wanting to. Then you've also got the regular view. I can then change this one to different transparencies. As your castles become more complex, I'll just do it, see if we can do it from here. And just sort of get something where we can sort of see different things. We're getting the outlines, but if I go into this one here, we can then start to sort of see through the walls. So the walls, I can then sort of see, okay, I've got something in behind that one. And then we've also then got one that's completely see-through. So we can sort of see the terrain underneath it. And then we're back to normal again. And then we've just got the options menu. The anchors and things like this. The way it works the backstory with her, and I'll show you this after we actually get out of the after we do this first wave, and then I'll show you the start of the campaign, just which does present the story. With what she does, she actually is like a time traveler as well, and so she can go back in time, and that's what this is resume, space forward, etc., etc. But she has a time anchor. It's like it's your way of save scumming, basically. It's saying, yep, save scum away, guys. Return to a previous time anchor. You can then go back and reset. And so if things go badly wrong, you click the time anchor and make use of that one. That's basically, it's a save scum, and it's nice the way it does it in the game. Again, I appreciate that they've actually put that one in there. Let's just let this wave come. You see, I haven't built a real lot at this point in time. Here we go. The horrors are now coming. They're going to come from this area, but let's just make doubly sure nothing's going to arrive in behind. Sometimes they will, but they're now spawning in here. Got this unit. Let's bring that one up onto the wall. And so that's the direction that they're going to be coming.
Open your eyes.
So they're making their way from the edge of the map towards us. Now again, they don't have to follow this path. We're just assuming this will be the path that they come. I don't think that they're going to find an easy way through this way. So I'm assuming it's going to be here. Don't think it'll be this way. I'm hoping not. Here they come. So they're now coming through. There won't be very many in this first wave. The first wave is always nice and easy. So they're coming out of the mist now. And they're going to be trying to come around the outside of the castle. There it is. That's it. We've survived the night. That's the first one. It does get more involved than that. A little bit more involved. A lot more involved. Okay, once we get this one, this is now new in the game as well. We end up with the ability to now go and get like every wave that we do, we then can go and bring in more reinforcements. And so in this case, we've got like building, we've got common, we can get 4 times the hardware supplies. We've got fire arrows, bomber sparks, and throwing poison. These are other things we can build on our castle. That'll sort of slot into there. These are particular pieces. That would be fairly cool. Even more requests. You have an extra Hogar request slot in through here as well. This is common. This is good. Let's just select this one. It's not going to cost us anything. Now we can skip the reward and get another point over here if we wanted to. Or we have one free re-roll for the whole of the game that we're playing. So I can actually go into the re-roll here if I wanted to, but I'm going to select this one here. Why did that not choose it? It's interesting. I'm not sure why I can't select it. Weird. I don't want to click the others because I really want this one. Come on, game. Yeah, they've got that upgrade. It's not letting me get that one. Damn it. I didn't get it. I don't know why. I'm not sure why it wouldn't let me do that one. Right. Well, let's just do a save here. And if I just quit out and just go back to... so I've created a manual time anchor here if I wanted to. But if I go... actually, photo mode, I might just show you this as well. So if I'm going to be sort of creating like a screenshot or something like that, I can go into photo mode in through here and set things up where I can sort of zoom into different locations. A lot of games have this now where you can sort of go and establish like something where a photo will be, and you can do this during the attacks with whatever you sort of want to have actually happening with different sort of settings. I won't go through this in much detail. There's a fair few things through here, like different guides, time of day. I can just sort of change it to night time just to get a feel for what's actually happening. So we don't need to sort of do it. The aspect ratios, color filters, etc., etc. Logos. You put Cataclismo logos in, etc. Anyway, I won't go through it, but it's just that if you do want to have a shot, you've got one. I know a lot of games sort of tend to do that one now, which is quite nice. Anyway, let's quit out and exit to desktop. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Exit to main menu. There we are. Last one was saved. Yep, right there. That's fine. Okay, so I don't know what Moonlighter is. This is their new game, I guess, that's coming through. I'll just show you the campaign mode, just so you get an idea of the story as to why we're doing what we're doing. So if I go into Start New Game, and I'll just go and just do tutorial frequency. I'll only play the story part of it, and then we won't really play much of it. It's really quite nicely done, and it does introduce you to aspects of the game in a very, very nice way. Just go continue. First level, basic controls and introduction to the world. Yeah, I'll actually play this tutorial just so you can see it. Hopefully it's gonna. I'll make it a bit. I'll boost the sound.
So, you've come to talk of Lady Iris. It's true, she has shared my fire from time to time. Sit down. Rest. I still remember that day, outside Ogar. The day I met her, the Lady Iris herself.
So Iris is our character. Oh, actually this is going to take a while. You know, I did the wrong thing here. Actually, I should have gone. This one does sort of go through the story. You start off as a bowman, basically, in this one here, and it just goes through the basic stuff.
The woods are so gloomy. Oh, why did I volunteer for this?
I will actually go back out. Sorry, guys. Go back to the main menu, and I'll start without the basic tutorial. I think that will be the better way to do it. Start new game. Continue. Skip tutorial. The first bit is about how to move, how to build, things like that, the stuff that we've already done. And then you meet her, but then there is actually a story of how she starts, and I hope this will show it.
But if I'm to tell you this story, it must be told from the beginning.
Yeah, this is the backstory.
This was our world. Then the Perlas appeared, and everything changed. They revealed a great secret to humanity, a great power, the Pálido. We built ourselves a sublime domain. The Perlas glowed for us. Yet as time passed, we realized everything has a price. You all know what happened next. The Cataclismo. The land was drowned in mist, and from this mist, on pale legs, emerged fresh horror. The survivors ran. They sought a new home, scrambling to higher ground to save themselves. That is how Ciudad Hogar was founded. The city where we have been surviving for generations.
So Hogar is where we get all of our resources from.
We made good time. The Solar Gate stands as firm as ever. But if the reports are true,
she's got one of these little
the
pearless
gate will
things
be under attack
embedded
soon.
into her. So then just going through who she is. she later used as a special unit born from a perla, which is what she's got in her shoulder. One of the few living scholars able to perform artes, a cornerstone of humanity's defense.
Our scouts say the swarm is arriving from the south.
Night is nearly here, so it's just going through the night system. Generations of defenders have learned to anticipate the direction, so we know the direction that they're going to be coming from.
Take defensive positions.
One thing I like about this is it does show you the scope of what you can get to, which is quite nice. Hang on, we've got to do different things. We did the camera filters. Yep, that's the tutorials and help. Do we have to do anything? I'll move to the mark position on the map.
Yes?
So they'll walk up these different stairs and things. Anyway, that's the backstory. Is that like we did miss the actual backstory for her. She's left here as a baby with this perla in her
The night is nearly here.
in her area. So yeah, this is now just giving us the range boost, but we then end up getting the attack, which we'll sort of see coming through from this direction. So it's really just stepping through the actual how to play the game, but there is a backstory where she is left here as a baby. She becomes a scholar. They've got to stay out of these mists. So the mist is what changes humanity into these creatures, the horrors, and then they come and attack. As we sort of move through the campaign, there's going to be different areas where you can then build on other old towers and do all sorts of different things. It's really quite cool. So Springplaying saying, is there a range as to where you can build on the map, or is it all free for building? No, there is a range. I'll go back to our game because I can show you much more clearly on that, what we're doing. So we'll just go back across. We will exit the main menu, and we'll just get rid of that, just so I don't think it's something that I'm in the middle of. Just go and clean that one out. But the story is simple, but it works nicely. It's sort of they've tied in different things quite nicely in with that one through there. You do actually have a level editor to build your own levels, and you can download them, of course, from the community, from the Steam Workshop. We'll go back into so we're playing survival mode at this stage, and we are playing Daz Live. Just going to continue. Yeah, so Spring Flag, so maybe there are buildings to expand the range. Yes, that's exactly what it is. So we need to spread light and essentially get rid of the mist and get rid of and do things that way. So I'm just going to pause here. We survive one wave, keep on going. So basically, sort of where we're up to at this point in time. The next wave is going to be fairly basic as well, and that's going to come from exactly the same direction. So we can just keep on building where we are. Now, if I try to build something, if I go and click on, if I hover over the central citadel, that's the area I can build in. So I can build buildings in there, like resource buildings, things like that. I can't build them outside that area. So to get this really, really good wood area, I can't actually do it. But I can build towers outside that area. So I can go and build a small tower to then go and attack this if I wanted to just over here. So I've got 181. So what I could do is actually build a blueprint of one here and then move it across and then do what we need to do. Or I could just it may even be easier just to build a tower over to here, for example, an extension of this tower, and then attack it from a little outpost. I'll see what we end up getting. So you can see we're going backwards here now. We've got we're going down at 20 per minute. So the incoming air filter, we better fix this up actually before we do much else. So incoming air filters, we've got 360 coming in. Outgoing is the units drawing 90. So we've now got that extra archer who is drawing a little bit more. The outgoing buildings are 240, and the outgoing card maintenance for her extra range is also costing a bit. So what we need to do here, I'll just go through now what we do, is we need to create one of these little things on top here. I'm going to build it on top of this. If I go into the actual buildings themselves, the resource gathering, We do actually have one here, an air filter. This is going to cost me 48 wood, but I'm going to need more than that. So let's just go and wait until we get the 48 wood. So we've got a lot of oxygen stored up, but we have to just maintain this. I'll allow the lumberjacks, and then we'll maybe sort of move across into this direction and try to take this. What I can do is, for example, just go and grab her.
Am I needed?
Just do a little bit of exploring.
Am I needed?
What we don't want to be doing is triggering big groups of them. Just while we wait for this to get up to about 100.
Am I needed?
If she gets too close to the horrors in the wild, she will trigger them. And she'll trigger a
No
group of them,
going
not just
back.
one. So as soon as we see any, we'll just have to disappear.
Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Uh-huh.
There's one.
Open your eyes.
So I've seen one way over there.
Am I needed? Am I needed?
That's nicely contained there, actually. There's a little gap there.
No going back.
So that little gap is a problem. That's a weakness, but it's only very, very small. And I can build out here. So I can actually build walls and all sorts of different things in through this other
Open
side.
your eyes.
This is the mist.
Open your eyes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we're seeing there's a group of them in through here that we would need to get rid of. But that's, yeah, down in here, we do have good resource gathering down this other side if we need it. And this could certainly be blocked off relatively easily.
Am I needed?
Let's move her back up to her spot.
Am I needed?
And we need to keep on getting these so we can get more pieces. Okay, so Spring Plague is saying, do you get refunds for destroying the buildings like the barracks? Yes, you get pretty much all your resources back. I don't know if there may be some buildings that you don't get everything back, but I think in most cases you get all of your resources. Orangutan saying, so you can make effective kill zones, I guess a bit like RimWorld defences where you draw the enemy in to your defences. Well, they come at you and then they try to find a weak spot. And so if we did block that little area, I've got no one to man it, and if they came in a swarm, we'd struggle there. So we're going to need to not go too far away. They will destroy the rocks around us. 85, that's probably enough. So let's go and plan how we're going to build this particular location here with the extra oxygen coming in, just so we can sort of get on top of this one. You don't want to be running out of these resources. This is how you expand. This is the beacon. A lantern that expands the settlement's territory and allows for building nearby. It can be placed on top of stone and other building. So this is something we can actually go and place. So for example, if I came over here and constructed it here, you can see there it's creating like an area outside the zone, which would then allow me to build. And I will need to build one in here. We will actually need this at some point, but I won't get it yet. We don't need it just yet. But I will be wanting to get more wood and to get a bigger army. I'm going to need to do that one. Actually, probably we will need to do it in this little phase of what we're doing. So anyway, let's just go back into this side. We've got the resources. We need to get an air filter. Now you'll see that with the air filter, it's showing there's no oxygen on the ground. We need to be high, and so must be placed higher. And so if I find a place to place it, you can see it's got it takes up a little 2x2 with one extra point there being the access point. That has to be accessible. So if I go up onto this spot here, I actually can build it, and it will work with the access point on the roof. And this is plentiful at 180. I can't overlap this one, so I can't sort of You can see it's red there, maybe just because of the building. Anyway, this here is fine, and I can then sort of just have it whichever way. I'm probably going to end up with this, with the access point back this other side. So let's just go and place it there. But we need access points to go and get it. So if I go and build this one and say that's where I want it, it will then not have an access to go and build it. Oh, it is building it. Actually, that's surprising. I didn't think it could. I'm just going to pause and quickly grab a drink of water. Be right back. I don't think it'll work unless we've got access to it. So we'll have to build like a staircase up to it. I think that's the way it works. Yeah. A building lacks a path to the citadel, so we actually can't use this until we get a path. If we have a look at this one here, for example, this one is on top of these buildings. It's got staircases that sort of run down through the top of the houses, and then the houses have got like a little staircase that sort of runs off the side. And so again, we want to be using wooden stairs to do this, unless we had like heaps and heaps of other things. So to get up to here, we're going to need to have a staircase that moves up onto the roof here. So, and again, I can sort of build it from whichever way is going to make the most sense. Building in wood is quite simple. You just basically sort of structure which way you want to have your access point. I've only got an access point. I don't know if I can walk through there. Maybe I can. Yeah, maybe I can. Not there so much there. Yeah, I'm going to have to be careful there. Supreme Plague is saying, when you mine wood, do you remove the forest? No, it's unlimited. All you are managing is the rate. So it's 46 per minute is the rate that we have. So we need to get more of them. So it's not a finite. It's an infinite resource. Whenever you have the resources don't change. So this one here is a finite resource, and we just have to keep on mining away. Yep. So anyway, let's just get this one sorted where we actually are. We do have a little bit of an overhang in through there. I do have a little bit in around this corner that I can sort of make use of. So let's go and try to get our access point up along this edge. And again, different ways of tackling this one. I've got different ways that I can sort of do this. I'll just go into the wood anyway. I've got 65 wood. The way I like to do stairs in particular is build the blocks of where they're going to be walking, and then sort of just fill in the stairs. I find that the easiest way to do this. So if I go into that one there, for example, go 1, go 2. That's going to be the correct height. So we've got the correct height there, and then I can just chop and change depending on what I need to do. That one there, then with 2. That one there, and then 1. Then we end up with a 3, and then just a 2, and just a 1. So it's a fairly sort of simple little arrangement there to get up onto that roof, just by building those things around the edge of the barracks, and then just go to the stairs. So the stairs will just go up from the side here, but I wish that these would sort of know the way to do this. I'll just go and build the stairs that sort of make sense, and then we just need to have a staircase that goes that way, and a staircase that goes the opposite way. There we are. That's now green, which means that that is now active, and we now are going to have positive airflow coming in. So I can then sort of go and build more units and do different things that way. Now we're also going to be wanting to build another group of units because we've only got 4 citizens left. So I'm going to be needing to go and build yet another one of these as well. So I'll just wait a little bit longer. But that's now, so we just built those little stairs in through there. Now we've got the 251 back over here. What I might do is I might just pause this for a second and build a tower that we can then use to destroy this. And I'm probably just going to use just a few of these guys to do this. And then we'll use the others to protect the tower itself. So I'll build it here, why not? And then we'll just figure out the best way of actually doing what we have to do. So let's just, again, the principle here is to build tall. So we'll just go and, I'll build a little 3x3 tower initially. And do that one with some solid pieces like this. At that point, we'll then go and set up the so the corner can just be the corner. I could even make it go out the other side and overhang. We do actually have this corner piece here. We could do this. That then gives me the extra height, the extra width. So that gives me that platform that I need, and then just the Merlins. Still got 140 here. So you can see there, it's only affecting that one little spot at the back there. And it's not impacting the others, unfortunately. So it's because it's not actually on the wall, I'm better off doing it the other way back in. So we can see how thick the wall is through here. This wall here is nowhere near as strong, which is going to be a problem actually. That is going to be a problem. So I'm going to Control Z all of that. And we'll do it the opposite way. So we'll come back and do it internally. Go that way. Just looking at the other pieces that I have in through here. Yeah, I think I'm better off just doing it this way. Doing it that way, and then if we put the Merlins on, it's now really protecting this wall. So we then just go to these other little pieces. So that gives me a little bit of an area now, just as a temporary area for moving up into the castle. And I might as well then just go and grab another one of these, but I don't actually have enough wood for that. So if I go into my blueprints that we built before, this one's going to cost me 46. I've got 32. So let's just wait until we've got the others. Let's just leave it there. I can only put 4 on top here. See, these are wandering stacks. These are just wandering in. Now we're going to get those occasionally from all different directions. So we do have to be mindful of that, and it may be that we, in between the night time, we just place maybe 1 or 2 of these guys across here, just so that there's someone there. And the other thing I could do, and don't know if I'm going to have the range to reach this. I don't think I will. It's a bit hard to tell. If I had
Post me high.
him up there... No, I don't have the range there, so that's not going to work. So I'm going to have to ultimately bring that one in closer. It's going to have to end up being really, really close. Which means I will have to use the wood. Okay, we've got 88 wood now, and it's almost night time again. So I'm going to try to get rid of this brood nest now, and then that'll give me more points to spend. And so we'll try to do that one before the night time comes. So we'll now just go across into our blueprints. This one's 46. And that works at that location there. So that's going to be fine. Just to build one of these at this point here. That will be attacked. It will be destroyed pretty much. So I can sort of bring that one back into the corner there. Let's now just go and make this into a blueprint. One that we actually have through here. So we'll just go into blueprints, create a new one, and we'll just make this little tower as just the one that we end up having. So I'll just go and select that one. That's done. Okay, so blueprint, we'll just tag it. Basic tower, and that will be defense. Save and exit. So we now have this piece, which means I can just go back in and go to my recycle mode. Just drag the whole lot. Okay, so they're done. So we want to build this here before the night time comes. Now we build it immediately, like we don't have to worry about it. Let's just go and construct that one exactly there. I can actually build it right on top, but I'll build it... do I want to build it on top? There's definitely going to be creatures there. Let's build it here. No, that wasn't any good. You can't. This is another thing. You can't go Control Z there. Okay, so I was too far over this way, so it couldn't actually construct it there. I did try it there. I don't know why it didn't like that. That should have been okay. What is going on there? Not sure why it's doing that. Try it one more time. Built it there. Okay. Let's just do it that side. It may have been because the Merlins were overhanging the area that you can't build on. That may have been it. And we'll then just go and build this one as well, just into this corner. Right, so we had enough wood for that one. Okay, so I can now bring in the group. We will bring in... I'll bring in all of them, I think. All of these at the top.
Going back.
We have the other one standing over here, just in case there's more that wander in from the other side.
Am I needed?
Okay, there we are, that's good. So down they go. Now it's almost night time. But I want to get the doors now.
The night is nearly here.
There's the wood. More wandering in this way. finish off this brood. Here's the points. Quick. Quick. Now, the wood in here, we need to get rid of that. And we'll just quickly go and place another one of those blueprints in before the night time arrives. Come on, hurry up. You time it poorly. Good. Now we're right on the time. That's given me another 2 in here. We need to get all of the guys back away from this and try to pull this one down before anything actually happens. The next one should be coming in this side, so we'll move this one up as well.
Yes?
The horrors are coming.
Now, I don't know if I can take these down now. Yeah, I can still. Good. Good. I get all that material back as well. This is good. So that's useful. Very, very useful for us. So we've cleared out that side. So up we go. Back onto the tower. What I want to do is I want to make sure that this guy is in the corner. Oh, hang on, no. I'm still in recycle mode, sorry. Why is that doing that? Oh, damn it. I've accidentally recycled a piece of stone. Right. I still was in recycle mode when I was trying to select the unit here.
Yeah. Where to?
Am I needed?
All right. Yeah, definitely coming from that direction. Sometimes they'll start to come from double directions, and then you'll have to make sure that you've got enough units. I can keep on building units back in through here, but I do need to now start to get the next group of people, because we're down to just 4 now. Here they come. And again, this won't be a very big wave that we're dealing with at this point in time here. Here we go. So nice and simple, that one. Survive the night, but enemies will now be getting stronger. Sent reinforcements, so we can get lots and lots of wood, like wood and stone, which is special. We've got the hardware supplies, or RSS plus 25 base damage, which will cost me another 50 oxygen. Yeah, I'll take that, I think. So we'll just go and grab that one. Just pause again. So you can see through here, like this is another thing, I didn't show this one before. This is the wave. So you survive 2 waves, keep on going. You then see all the different objectives. And so this is what we have to try to do. And we get different bonuses. I should have shown this one way at the start, actually. Sorry about this, guys. Survive 2 waves, keep on going. So you set visible on collapse panel in through here. So we can sort of pop these across onto different areas. That I think we see that then there the whole time. Survive waves 2 of 15. And so we end up with an extra reward back over through here, progression levels. 250 horrors are still alive. We get another one of these rewards. And so these actually allow us to then get better progression as well. And so, and then we've got the build pieces back through here. So you're asking if it's DasDemption. Actually, it's not. It can't be DasDemption. I just realised. I think I may still have DasDemption written on there. So it's not. No, this is not a DasDemption game. And I really do have to get going, actually. So we're just in the last little piece of it. So the Hogar request, build wood pieces. We need to build 250 of those. Hunt down horrors with bowmen. We've done 22 of those. We've done 60 of the 250 of the wooden pieces themselves. And then we get 2 more rewards over through here. So these are different things we can actually do over the course of the game, which are quite nice. Hunt down feeble vermin. We've done 31 of those out of 150. Build stone pieces. We've only done 69 out of 250. And so ultimately, as we start to build things, we're going to be unlocking even more of these areas back over through here. Let's just quickly go and do that one. So this is just showing us essentially the waves as we do them. Now the wood pieces. Wood pack 1, wood pack 2 will give us better stairs. Stone pack 2 gives us the doorways, which I think would be nice now. The banner would also be good at another 2. But I think we'll go the door. That way we can sort of exit and enter as required. Let's just go with the stone pack 2 with the 2 different types of doors. Done. Right, that's done through there. But anyway, I have run out of time, guys. Sorry, I'm going to have to call it quits here. So it's yeah, and sorry, I'm missing other comments here, guys. You made no vampire castle. I'm disappointed. You need to make a dark lair, and yeah. So we only have what we have with this, which is pretty cool. Somebody's saying almost night time again. Yeah, relatable. Sunshine saying hello, Daz, and the rest. A new game. Never heard about this one. This is Cataclismo. A great game. I wasn't allowed to say what I thought of it up until a couple of days ago, but I really like it. It's a game that I've enjoyed for quite some time. I've had it for a long time in early access, and it's now this is version 1. It is on special for the coming week and a half for 35% off if you do want it. Like the art style, yeah, it's quite nice and pretty actually the way it does work. But it's a very cool little game, and you'd be surprised at how much you end up building. Like we've been going fairly slowly here, but you end up with quite an intricate little area to sort of make use of. Well, one thing we do need to do is use our blueprints again. We'll just go and do that and go and build into this location and just get some more people. So this is 221 we need. We don't have enough wood here just yet. But it's a very nice game. The campaign is great. It's very useful to sort of get an understanding of what's going on. Got another brood nest back over there. So we might sort of go and kill that one out. We could do that one right away. Yeah, let's go and do that. So I'll just quickly use the blueprints. We'll make this the last thing that we do. So we can see there's a brood area there. There's another one over here as well, which we'll need to get rid of. But this will then sort of allow us to then go and build into the different lands. So we'll just go into the blueprints. Just right click, bring that one into there. And I'm hoping that staircase will then work. That seemed to work. Right, let's go for it.
Uh-huh. Open your eyes.
Oh, we don't want the lobber on that one there. He'll end up falling into the ground. Where is he? Again, I can just go and, instead of trying to figure out, oh, which one do I want to move? I probably do want the lobber there. I'm going to ditch this one.
Yes?
I can click on that particular unit there where he's going, and then just right click and say, no, you go and stand in a corner. And that way the lobber, I can then go and grab where the lobber's going and say, you need to stand there. And that's going to be secure, because this is going to fall down. So the units then move across. We're seeing like just some in the wild over there as well. So the wood is going to be destroyed. We don't get that back. That's why I didn't want the lobber standing on that wood. And got 131, so I'll just go back into the blueprints mode again. Just get our basic stairs. Now we've cleared out that one. That gives me another one actually I can spend there. So I've only got one there. Let's go and bring these across. So we'll I'll use the lobber, I think, just to trigger those. Actually, I might use the archer, one of the archers. I think they come.
Yeah.
This is an exploding one. Okay, didn't get to explode though. There's more coming. There's more around the corner here.
Hmm?
Can't see them.
Where to?
And we've got mist in here, which eventually we need to sort of like get lights to move that one through. Okay, well that sort of now worked fairly well with those different units. So let's now just move them back up to where we were.
No going back.
This is still the direction they're coming from. Have a quick look around, just make sure there's no other directions. Is going to be where the next wave does come from. But that's going to be the next wave coming. I do have to get going, guys. But this is as I said before, I really like this game, and this there was a question whether this was sponsored content. It's not. This is I just really like this game. I've been wanting to show it for a while, and but I've been under sort of like I was allowed to show it a week ago. But I wasn't allowed to say what I thought of it until the launch. But I do really like it. It's a game that I really, really enjoy a lot. Yeah, it's got a nice sort of charming feel about the way that it sort of does the castle building. It's not great in terms of the user experience and user interface could certainly be a little bit better. Let's just go and delete all these things now. That's done. So we get all that material then comes back, and I'll just quickly build that just one more turn aspect to it. We'll move this one across here and get more people, so we can then expand into here a little bit as well. Yeah, so another brood area there. Units get XP too, yes, and they also can level up in different ways. I can give them different orders.
Yeah.
So I've got, these are the different orders that I have. Like pick target, unit will hold position but target the selected enemy. I've got order this unit to move to a selected position. I've got cautious movement, so move to a selected position but stop to attack any enemy on site. I can change that one to have it one so that it's active or not. Forget what we had there before. Halt. Back and through there. We've got target priority is at the moment it's nearest enemy, but I can make it so that it's actually the deadliest enemy. So I can change the way that they operate, and so this will then target whoever is going to be to cause the most damage. And this is actually something that you do need to flick on. In fact, I could do it now. Currently aiming at most dangerous horrors. So particularly probably for Iris, we've made her really quite strong.
Am I needed?
So she should be doing that one. So you have different ways of different modes of playing. There's a lot in this game, as I said before. There's a lot to like about this particular game. An awful lot to like. Anyway, guys, I do have to leave it there. So I'll catch you all later. I'm sorry if I've missed comments. I know there was a comment on YouTube about that Distant Worlds had updates. I did an update. Did I play? When did I play that one? I was showing the update on the Slytherin channel the other day. Also, we've got our Worldly Wednesdays, and I'll be playing Distant Worlds again this Wednesday. I played on the game that we currently were playing on the Wednesday, and where it's got now the new content. It's not all the new content, but basically it's now officially been released. But we've been playing on open beta for a long time, so I'll be playing that one for another portion of time. Yes, Cat saying a nice game, but only have 60 cents on Steam. Yes, it's a bit more than 60 cents. Anyway, hope that helps. You make a decision if you do want this sort of game. Again, I wasn't expecting the enjoyment that I have from this game. I don't like these sort of games typically. I get frustrated by them. This I don't. I really do enjoy playing this game a lot, and so yeah, for me it's been a really nice find. Anyway, guys, going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow.